Malik Rahimahullah. And Imam Malik Rahimahullah was the student of Imam Muhammad ibn al-Hasan. At the same time, Imam Shafi was also the student of Muhammad ibn al-Hasan, who was one of the students of Imam Abu Hanifa Rahimahullah. There is close connection between these ai and they had so much respect for each other that Imam Shafi Rahimahullah, when he went to Baghdad and he went to the grave of Imam Abu Hanifa Rahimahullah, Imam Shafi Rahimahullah's opinion is, in Salah you raise your hand before you go to ruku' and at the time of going to sajda. You raise your hand at the time of saying the takbir. Imam Abu Hanifa Rahimahullah's opinion is, no, you don't raise your hand at those times, you only raise your hand at the beginning of the Salah. When Imam Shafi Rahimahullah went to the grave of Imam Abu Hanifa Rahimahullah, and there is a masjid also over there, he performed the Salah in the masjid without raising the hands during the Salah. So his students that were with him were surprised and asked him, did you change your opinion? He said, no, I did not change my opinion. As a respect to Imam Abu Hanifa Rahimahullah, although he is buried over here, but I'm very close to him, I won't follow my opinion and go against his opinion at this time. I'm following his opinion when I'm here around him. Look at the respect these people had for each other. And unfortunately, the way people are trying to make us look at them as they were just totally against each other and they didn't like each other. No, there is difference of opinion with full respect to each other, understanding how Islam teaches us to differ in opinions also. Islam teaches us the difference of opinions also, and how to respect each other in spite of having differences with each other. Of course, it would be in the areas where there is room for difference of opinion, not in aqa'id, in beliefs. Anyway, Imam Shafi Rahimahullah, at the age of 16, he went to Medina Munawwara because he wanted to learn from Imam Malik Rahimahullah. When he arrived, but before leaving Medina, his fear was, Imam Malik Rahimahullah has great people, great scholars, elderly people, knowledgeable scholars of Islam who are his students. Where would I find a room to be in his gathering? And who would allow me to be in the gathering of Imam Malik? So he got a letter from the governor of Makkah Mukarramah. Letter of recommendation to Imam Malik and to the governor of Medina. Imam Shafi, with these two letters, he went to Medina and straight to the governor of Medina Munawwara, and he showed him these two letters. The governor of Medina said to Imam Shafi that my recommendation is you just go to Imam Malik by yourself without any letters of recommendation. He said, no, because I don't think I will be allowed in that gathering, in those classes. I'm not that great, I'm young, and there are great people sitting over there, great scholars of Islam from all around the world. They come and they sit in the gathering of Imam Malik Rahimahullah. So where I'm going to find my position over there? So he went with him. They knocked at the door. Someone opened the door and asked who was at the door. And he told him that this is the governor of Medina. Subhanallah. A person like us would run to the door. Oh, the governor is at my door. And the person comes back to saying that Imam Malik is saying that if you have a question, write it down. I will give you the answer in writing. And if you need to learn about something, then you know the days of my classes and the timings, come to my class. So he sent a message back that, no, I have a letter from the governor of Makkah, something very important I need to talk to you about. Imam Malik Rahimahullah came out. And he took them in the house. The governor of Medina handed him the letter from the governor of Makkah Mukarramah, the letter of recommendation for Imam Shafi. Imam Malik Rahimahullah took the letter and he started reading it. As he got to the point where the governor of Makkah is writing that I recommend that you please teach this man hadith and teach him the rules of the Sharia of Islam and teach him the Sunnah. He threw the letter back to them. He said, do you think I'm selling hadith? Do you think I'm selling the knowledge of deen? That now the governors will tell me who to teach? And you people will bring those governors to force me to teach people like you? I have nothing for you people. There is no room for you in my class. Imam Shafi says, when I saw the situation, now I realized that really coming without these letters would have been better for me. I thought letter from these big people would make a big difference, but here I see that it's going the other way around. And when he said these words, the governor of Medina started shaking. He couldn't say a single word. Imam Shafi said, now I knew that if I lose this opportunity, that's it. I won't be able to come back. So quickly, I said to Imam Malik, no, please. The only reason I got these letters of recommendation because I'm orphan and I love to learn hadith and I have no one else to stand for me. So I thought these governors, if they would write a letter of recommendations, I will be able to attend the class. And I really love to learn. And we are very poor people. We have my father died at the young age when he says when Imam Malik heard these things, he said, okay, this is the situation. Now the situation is different. Okay. Come to me tomorrow. Imam Shafi says, next day I went. And then he started getting so close to Imam Malik, Rahimahullah, that he says, finally Imam Malik, Rahimahullah, used to tell the other scholars in the gathering that the only person that I expect to do a great work out of my gathering and my students will be this young man, Muhammad bin Idris al-Shafi'i, Rahimahullah. These people used to read people's faces. He says the second day I went to him, he said to me that Muhammad, his name was Muhammad bin Idris, Imam Shafi's name. Muhammad, let me tell you this. I see a lot of nur on your face. Don't lose it by sinning. Don't lose this nur that I see on your face by disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah has put it in you, preserve it, protect it. If you won't, it will go away. I see this nur, and if it will continue to be the way it is, I tell you, one day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take a lot of work of deen from you. Subhanallah. This is the second day that he meets this young man who's only 16 years old. If a jeweler knows what type of gold is good, just look at the pearls and they tell us that this is good and this is not. These were the people who used to look at people and be able to tell that this person has that nur on his face. By looking at these faces, they would tell. Imam Shafi rahimahullah spent many years around Imam Malik rahimahullah, learning the hadith, learning the meanings of hadith, and learning the way of deriving the rules from the hadith from Imam Malik rahimahullah. Then he went to Yemen and spent some years in Yemen. Then he came back to Iraq, spent some time in Iraq, then in Makkah Mukarramah, and finally he's stationed in Egypt. And he spent the rest of his life in Egypt. And during his stay in Egypt, he wrote many books about the rules of the Sharia. One of them, very famous and well-known book in the fiqh of Shafi'i, which is called Kitabul is in thousands of pages. In thousands of pages. One of the beautiful book, excellent book, to learn how to derive the ruling from in the light of Quran and Hadith. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Imam knowledge with such a deep understanding that he used to drive the rulings in such a way that others, when they would hear about it, normally they would think that Imam Shafi is going against the Hadith. And this was something very special and unique with all of these A'imma, 4 Imams. Their understanding of Hadith and ayahs of the Quran was so deep that a normal, not normal person, a normal scholar of Islam of that time, of not today, a normal scholar of Islam of that time, a muhaddis of that time, like Imam Bukhari, Tirmidhi, Imam Muslim,